But at the end of the day, it's about how you stick together and work through it.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to keep working, keep improving, find a way to make it work.
Point out the things that we need to work on and keep going. It's a long season, but we're focusing on this week. We'll be back. We're gonna get back to work.
Tighten up. Get loud. Put your hands and toes in the hole. Let the soul whistle. Like change, let it roll. Get loud. And tighten up,
From the BetMGM studio, we welcome you to the Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. I'm Mike Keith with the head coach. Titans already going to work on Cincinnati and going to work on the roster right away. Added to the active roster from the practice squad, veteran offensive lineman Justin Murray.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him for just a second if we can. Justin's a guy who's been a standard elevation for 2 games already this year. Why did you decide to bring him up to the active roster full-time?
Well, he's been serving as our third tackle. We lost Pete, and we're still bringing along Jalen. And, he showed up in training camp and has done a really nice job and, earned the right to be here and has been a third tackle and been that swing tackle. And, just the timing of it, they had some spots on the roster and needed to add some guys to the practice squad, so we elevated and signed him to the active roster.
All right, so Justin Murray on the active roster, a couple additions to the practice squad. Otis Reese, you certainly know. He'd been on the active roster for the first 2 games. And then Shi Smith, people in this part of the country will know from his days at South Carolina, and he's played for the Carolina Panthers. 5'10", 190, a third-year man.
Yep, and got Otis back to the practice squad. Want to continue to work with him, and he can, eventually play in games with us. Shi was somebody that we worked out. We lost Kyrus and was looking for a little quicker, shiftier player. Shi had a good workout with us, and so we added him to the practice squad, and we'll get rolling with him tomorrow.
All right, and so the bad news, the injured reserve list is increasing. 2 Titans go on that. Mike Brown, safety, and Julius Chestnut, running back. Mike Vrabel, difficult on both of these guys. Not only are they solid backups, but good special teams players as well.
Just great teammates, great people. Mike's worked extremely hard since we added him last year, at the end of last year. I took a lot of pride in wanting to be the personal protector on the punt team. That was something that he really wanted to do, was continuing to play safety and show up and earn the right to be here. And Julius just had a fantastic preseason, was playing special teams. And so not only did we lose, 2 players, important players, it's just two great individuals that, love being around, and they'll be around us here, just they won't be able to be with us on the field.
So that brings you up to date on the Titans roster. Let's take a look now at some of the best plays from Sunday's game against Cleveland. As Mike Vrabel has said in his 6-pack, we want to look at these plays that the Titans want to build on. This ended the first drive on 3rd down and 4.
Yep, we had what would be uncharacteristic 3rd down defense there for us earlier. We missed a sack, and then we were soft on 3rd and 6. They got down here in the high red, called Watson's number, right, to balance out the numbers. Quarterback runs it. Elijah Molden really does a fantastic job of getting to. He gets the tackle and the lead blocker, Hunt, and he comes underneath, forces it wide to Christian Fulton, who showed up and tackled. So, again, great team defense right there. Elijah triggering, recognizing the play on 3rd and 4, and forcing them, to have to make a decision there on the field goal.
Second quarter, the Titans seeing Danico Autry do Danico Autry type of things. Oh, no, this is the Sean Murphy Bunting play.
This is a fantastic individual effort. Something that we've been working on and studying. You're going to have passes completed on you, but sometimes guys get lackadaisical by the sidelines. They also start to go down, and that's where we want to rake and pull that football out, and that's exactly what you saw SMB do there. Got his own recovery, we need to try to go and score. But that's an absolutely textbook rake and something that we've been working on a long time, and it's great to see him be able to execute it.
Sean Murphy-Bunting now has 2 forced fumbles on the year. Now, Danico Autry, as I'll get my
Danico will figure his way in here.
He will, always.
And this, you see, unfortunately, Aziz missing Deshaun. Kind of had said throughout the week that he was going to make a play for his team or ours, and we didn't force him into enough mistakes, but we did there. Danico was there to capitalize. He throws it backwards. I love Elijah and Jeffrey hustling. But that was a fantastic, just doing his job, staying home, staying on his feet, not jumping, and therefore good things happen when you execute some technique and you play with a lot of great effort.
3.5 sacks on the year for Danico Autry to lead the team. Late first half, Chris Moore making a big play down the field, 2nd week in a row.
Yeah, well then, just right there with the toe touch there by Hop, making sure that we're working the ball, favorable matchups. We got it, we got protection. He gets both feet down. He had a play earlier here in the drive that was close. I couldn't challenge. The view didn't like it. But we got to keep taking advantage of these favorable matchups with Hop. We just have to be able to go in there and convert once we start moving the football.
Well, DeAndre Hopkins, did he catch the other one when you looked at the review?
It was, if it nicked a blade of grass, it nicked a blade of grass. Play at 1 o'clock. There's not a whole lot of cameras. So.
No, it was a good play. He thought he caught it, but he caught that one for sure. A big play for the Titans. And then we mentioned Chris Moore at the end of the first half. Let's see if I'm right this time.
4th down.
Yeah,
big
4th and
play.
5.
Again, big play, and you can see that when called upon and given the opportunity, Chris is going to earn more opportunities. He's going up and getting this football. You can see him going and attacking the football, and that's the thing that I really have been preaching about, and we've seen that, and I know you've been with us at training camp. He was going and attacking the football and not waiting for it to get there.
Chris Moore in the ball game, 2 catches for 41 yards, 3 catches on the year for 90 yards for the 8th-year man from Cincinnati. And the last of the 6-pack, if I don't mess it up.
Fast Freddie McCreary.
Yes, Roger McCreary. Yes, I got it right. Hey.
So just a great blitz, and Rodgers, I think, really starting to make those type of plays inside. It's an instinctive position. The coverage, the zone coverage, the man coverage, the adjustments, triggering in on the run, and then in this getting the opportunity to go and blitz and coming underneath the center. And man, those are the opportunities where we got to try to get the ball away from the quarterback. But Roger did have a really great rush right there and did a lot of other good things, was very active in the ball game.
His first career sack, 10 total tackles in the game for Roger McCreary. When we come back, time for some film study with the coaches. We'll go to the Tillustrator and look at the design of an offensive play that worked to perfection in the 3rd quarter. That and a lot more coming up, including Derrick Henry. Stay with us for the Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. Back in the BetMGM studio, Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. We're at the Tillustrator to take a look at a play that produced the Titans' first down in the game at Cleveland on Sunday. And it's Ryan Tannehill to DeAndre Hopkins. Nice design on this play.
Yeah, well, these first downs need to come a heck of a lot sooner. But just working off different formations, stacking receivers, whether you can kind of get an information or some pre-snap awareness. Working Tajay and Chig in there together, but just giving the quarterback some options, right? Some run-pass options based on pressure, based on the look that they give us. But really trying to expand what we're doing with motion and giving the guys some options. And again, you can see here before the ball's even snapped, that the secondary, one guy's looking to run, one guy's looking to adjust, and they both kind of go. Ryan does a good job taking a peek and seeing what's going on, and is able to pull it out of there, Tajay's belly, and also get a good ball out before the guy that Chig's coming across for. So. Obviously we'd like to get Chig across there a little sooner, but Ryan, Hop does a nice job of drifting away from the guy. That's the relationship that these guys have built, is maybe not just working straight up the field, but drifting a little bit to give Ryan an angle and an opportunity to throw, away from anybody that's kind of coming back over there. And Hop's getting upfield. He's making a guy miss, but he's also getting down and protecting the football when the cavalry's coming. Here's the thing that we need more of. we need more guys running out of the stack, right? These are offensive linemen. Here's Tajay, there's Brew, there's Hubbard, and Dylan. But these guys are over here helping our guy out. And that's what we need to continue to see. That's what we've been. We got to continue to push piles. We got to fight for every stinking yard that we're going to get this season. So, something that we just were able to mix in here, incorporate a little bit more this year. Let it run here, and you could kind of see the flow of the action, and then giving the quarterback some options, to be able to hand it off or throw it out there to Hop or whoever ends up being out there.
Good stuff, Coach. When we come back, more good stuff. The epic Western spotlight and the special nature on the field and off the field of Derrick Henry. You'll see it next on the Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. Welcome back to the Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. On the field, Derrick Henry hands out stiff arms. Off the field, though, he hands out shoes. See it for yourself in this week's Epic Western Spotlight.
Hi, I'm Ryan Vaughn, Club Director here at Andrew Jackson Boys and Girls Club. Today, Derrick Henry and Dream Builders Foundation provided shoes to 60 of our club members during this back-to-school time, and we are so appreciative. Our members are so excited. Some came in with broken shoes today and walked out with brand new shoes. So thank you, Derrick Henry and Dream Builders Foundation.
Hey, Boys and Girls Club, this is Derrick Henry. I know y'all getting ready for the new school year, and I thought some new shoes might help you feel your best. Keep up the good work. Remember to always keep God first and tighten up.
Made those young people very happy. Shoes are a big part of life, especially with young people, and for him to do that, not only did he give them something, he gave them something that really means
those
something.
are probably pretty nice too. Derrick doesn't give away bad gifts, and since I've been here as the head coach, we've had a lot of guys do great things in the community. I would say that Derrick's probably at the top of that list with a few other guys, but the impact that he's done and made on our football team and our community. He's there. Sometimes you see what he does. Sometimes he does a lot of things behind the scenes, and that's really special.
That's something that you encourage in your players. But this organization, we've been fortunate. We've had a bunch of guys that have that spirit about them, regardless of being encouraged.
Yeah, I think it's just the sense of being grateful for the gifts that we have, the opportunity to play this game, to coach this game. And along the way, some of us have been helped by other people, and it's a great opportunity for our players and our organization to give back as well to people that are less fortunate.
When we come back, it's time for the kid question. The kid question of the night on the Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek. You don't want to miss the new favorite segment of the show. It's after this break. Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek, arrives at the part of the program where kids ask Coach Vrabel. This week,
also known as my favorite question of the night.
Yes, probably so. I'll step aside and let a member of the Rack Pack, the official Titans Kids Club, ask Coach Vrabel a question. It's written here that this is Audrey who will be asking the question. Look right there, Coach.
Hey, Audrey.
Audrey. Okay, here we go.
My name's Audrey. I'm 8 years old. How many uniforms do they go through a year? Tighten up.
Audrey, that's a great question. Tighten up. Quite a few. We have some different combinations, right? We have the white and the blue jerseys. We're going to add the throwbacks. Can mix and match the pants. Some jerseys get torn. Some get ripped. But also at the end of the game, some players like to take their jersey off, sign it, trade with an opposing player. That's become very common lately. So I don't have an exact number, but those would be the reasons why we would go through extra uniforms throughout the course of the season.
When players trade jerseys, do they have to pay the team for the jersey they give away?
That I don't know the particulars of that. I think that there may be some that at some point we're probably going to have to charge them. I don't think they're free, but I'm not sure about that.
Does any player rip his jersey more than any other? Is there one guy who has a big problem with that?
No, I wouldn't know. I could ask Joey next time.
Joey Branco.
Yeah, Joey Branco, our equipment manager. But those aren't things that, I mean, they tape them up or sew them up during the game and put them back in there.
So you really don't have a lot of information on this, do you?
Struggling here with the number of uniforms. Let's say
Audrey
let's say 3 per player.
3 per player. You got it, Audrey.
If you're going to hold me down
I'm not.
for an answer.
I'm not. I'm just asking.
More kids' questions.
More kids' questions, but more on the new stadium, something we're all very excited about. When we come back, Mike Vrabel will have his Nissan keys to victory over Cincinnati, but we want to talk stadium, the new stadium coming in 2027. We call this feature Stadium in 60.
This is Stadium in 60, a quick update on the Titans' new stadium. The new Titan Stadium is being designed with sustainability in mind. Most stadiums built in the 1990s were designed to last 30 years. This stadium is being planned with a much longer lifespan in mind. Adam Noose is a Titans Senior Vice President and Chief Revenue Officer.
This is a legacy project that is going to be something that is going to impact generations to come. And when you think about that, you think about functionality long-term, sustainability long-term, and some of that comes to the fan experience, not just for our kids, but our kids' kids.
Kellen DeCourcy is the Titans' new stadium project executive.
For the Titans organization to have a home that the Titans fans can just embody and own and have that home field advantage every given Sunday, I think is amazing. But then just what it means for the events on the next level, to have these events that we don't get, March Madness, college football playoffs, a Super Bowl, hopefully. Those are things that I'm just super excited about. Nashville's rising, but this will take us to the top.
For the latest news, visit titansnewstadium.com.
The Mike Vrabel Show, presented by SeatGeek from the BetMGM studio. We've come to the portion of the program where it's time for Mike Vrabel's Nissan keys to success. The opponent, Cincinnati. They won on Monday Night Football over the Rams, 19-16. Mike Vrabel says we need to be efficient on first and second down.
Well, first of all, we can't beat ourselves, right? We've got to maintain some composure and some poise. Get into drives, get the first down, allow these formations, allow plays, the things that we watch on the telestrator, all these things to complement each other. And we got to stay out of 3rd and long. Like that's obvious, but we've been really efficient at 3rd and 5 or less, being able to pick those up. And that's where it's going to start offensively, is trying to be as efficient as we can on 1st and 2nd down, no unforced errors.
The more you do on 1st and 2nd down, the more you can use Derrick Henry throughout the course of the entire game.
Sure, I mean, he stays alive. You're not in 2nd and 10, 3rd and 12. We all know how the formula goes. We can run the football. We can work our play passes. All these plays and formations can complement each other.
Key number 2 is affect Joe Burrow, affect the quarterback.
Yeah, well, we have to be able to get into the pocket. We have to be able to bat some footballs. He led the league in batted passes. There's a lot of quick inside throws. He gets the ball out quick. Going to have to change disguise, post snap. And part of that is knowing where Jamar Chase is, but he's obviously comfortable mixing the ball around to all the skilled athletes.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of guys, 3 outstanding receivers, and Joe Mixon, who can run it and can catch it as well.
Does a lot of things for him. I'd say he's really, underrated as it relates to a back. He's an all-purpose 3-down back. He's a good player.
And not a small guy either.
No, he runs hard and surprising speed, and he's had some good runs against us, and but it's going to start with the quarterback for us defensively.
All right, and then special teams, obviously a key in this game, because this is a team that's already returned a punt for a touchdown. They have a really good kicker. Their coverage units are excellent. You want to win in this ball game in this particular area to take advantage of that and to keep that down, if you will, for them.
Yeah, we punted well last week. That needs to continue. We did create some field position there, but just still waiting for a big play, waiting for us to create some momentum, some field position in what we do on special teams. I think we have great kickers. we just have to cover these things. We got to be able to knock a football loose. We got to be able to block a punt. We need a big return. Something that really gets this thing going and helps us in all three phases.
And you need the great Titans fans to be loud at Nissan
We're
Stadium.
going to play hard. I know that, and we're excited to get back to work.
All right, the Titans will be taking on the Cincinnati Bengals this Sunday at Nissan Stadium. Kickoff is set for 12:02. If you listen to Titans radio, including 104.5 The Zone, we are on the air with Titans Countdown at 11 a.m. Central Time, and then for the game itself, Coach Dave McGinnis will join me for that. So we look forward to having you join us. Titans and the Bengals this Sunday. For head coach Mike Vrabel, I'm Mike Keith. Thanks for joining us.